Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to put the signatures inside these journals. Now the reason I'm going to do a quick video is I messaged Sonia and she said that she had a little bit of trouble putting a signature or her signatures into a hard spine. And then I listened to her the other night and she said, if I don't come back and do something on camera, it's, you know that I'm having trouble with it, or it's balked me or whatever. So I want to just show Sonia what I do, and hopefully it could help her. Now these are all templates that I've made up for other journals, and I keep them because they could fit something that I want to do in the future. So what I do is I make up a template that is the size of my hard spine. Okay, so that's the size of the spine. And then where's my ruler? And then what I do is draw on here where I want my 3-hole or 5-hole or whatever whole pamphlet size you want on here. So I can see that this is going to be, I just want to find, because I want to put, if I've got 2 signatures, I want to put 2 lines down here, okay? And I can see that this is 1, 2, 3 centimeters wide. So I'm going to put a line at 28 and 29. Top and bottom, just put a little mark there. You're basically just going to even up that space, even up this space that you have as your spine. Oops. Right, I've got the 2 lines for the 2 signatures. Now, you're going to go this way, and see, if I had more signatures, I'd put more lines in it. Okay, there's 3 signatures in that one, so you'd even out the space between to put enough for 3 in it. So you need to do whatever however many signatures you're going to have in it, is the lines going that way, which mine is 2. So then you've got to work out, okay, so mine's about 20, just over 20. So I'm going to, and I'll have the 3-hole pamphlet stitch, but I'm not going to, I'll go to 10, okay, which is here. And I'll halve that up, draw a line across here, and halve that up. Now you want to write on here where your top is. I'm going to pick my top up here and write it on it. And that's going to always stay at the top of your journal, where the top of your journal is in there, okay? Now I don't want my other holes right up here, so I'm just going to measure out, probably not the best ruler to do that with. I'm just going to measure out how far up I want that, probably at 8. Alright, and then at 8 down here as well. So that's going to be my 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and those marks that we put in here, draw a line right across as well, and I'll tell you why that really helps to draw this line right across. Right, so we've got a cross pattern on here. We've got 2 going down because we've got 2 signatures, and 3 going across because they're the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Okay, and those lines and would be more or less depending on what you are having in your journal. Alright, now I'm going to put some holes on those inner sections. Okay, where all those cross. So I've got 6 holes there. And it just pays to just take the time to make up this template beforehand, because it just takes all the guesswork then out of putting your signature in. Right, I've got that. I've got, where's my, I'll need these now. Alright, I can take my rulers away then, and this saves you drawing on that as well, you know. Now, one thing I did forget to mention when drawing this template. Okay, I made this to the height of my cover. And you need then, when you need to lay your signature on it, because your signature is usually just a little bit less than the height of your cover, and make sure you put some marks on there, right? So that, right, I'm just gonna put a little mark on here, because that's where my signature sits. So you just don't want to get confused, because when, okay, that full length is your cover. These 2 little lines in here are the width of your signature, so that when you're putting this in here, you know where you want your signature to line up with those holes. Okay, so yeah, just a little sideline. I forgot that little bit, that you know, it's usually a little touch shorter, your signature is, than this, so that when I don't know, I've probably made it more confusing now, so that when you're putting your signature in, okay, and you're laying it down there like that, you want to line up your signature pages to that line that's just in there, okay, before you put those dots. That's what I mean, okay, because whatever's left that's going over, when you get in there and go, oh, this piece of card's too big for this, well, remember, the piece of card is the size of the cover, and then your little lines are the size of your signature, okay, so that's your signature line. Alright, so that's your signature line, top and bottom. You've got to write top on there. These lines coming down are your 2 signatures, where you want them positioned, and your lines crossing and intersecting those are your pamphlet hole stitch, however many you want. Okay, if you had a 5, you'd put 2 in here, and you'd have a 5 hole stitch. Okay, pay attention to where it says top. Okay, and I'm going to sit that then on my spine, so it covers my spine. Remember, we made it the same width of the spine, same, excuse me, same length. I'm just going to mark it through those holes that we made. This is how I do it anyway. I mean, there's a million ways to put a junk journal signature in. Make sure you can see those holes. Okay, don't keep that handy, because you're still going to use that yet. And then, oh, where's my pad? Right, then I've got a pad, okay, that I've stuck a couple of layers together. I think it's just an old, what do you call it, gym mat, you know. I think I got it from Kmart. And I'm just going to put that underneath. And we're going to put our holes in. I like to use a couple of holes when I do mine, and I'll show you when I get to the signature Y. Oops. Now if you've got fabric on the back of yours, it's usually a bit harder to see too, so I like to go on the other side and make the hole a bit more so I can see it. Let's make it a bit bigger. Did I go through that? Yep. Right, so I've got the holes for that. Now just put that signature aside, bring your the cover, bring your signatures in, and you just need to double check that it's up the right way, everything's where you want it. Just do a little quick flick through of your pages. They're all where you want them to be. Right. Now we get some clips. Sorry, I'm still on this, scooting myself around on this chair. I'll find the middle. We're just going to put some clips on our signatures so they stay in the right spot. Okay, like that. Bring your template back in, and what you're going to do, because it's hard to get in there with all this stuff on, remember we've drawn the lines that go here, and this is what we're paying attention to this time, not the holes. We're paying attention to the lines. I'll just move that along. The lines on your template. So we've got this at the top, this at the bottom. Now pay attention to that your cover could be a little bit bigger than your pages, so you just want to even that up, put them on evenly, and then mark where that line is. Okay, bit hard to see on this dark paper, whether I've got a different coloured pencil. Okay. Now we're going to punch the holes in here This is why I like to use two, because I leave one in and it just gives me a bit of holds everything there for a little bit until I've done all the signatures. Right, they got in the right spot. Yeah, you can see the holes there. Put that aside. Right, then we bring our journal back in, and this goes for hard covered ones, because remember I'm using a hard spine, so if this covers hard, that doesn't make any difference, you know. So where did I put my needle now? Yeah, oh gosh. Where did you go? Here it is. And I use quite a big needle, and I like to use one that's got this flat end on it for no reason but that I find that it helps me. So we're going to do 3 times, because we've got 3 pamphlet hole stitch. We do 3 times the width and a little tad extra. This is a really strong thread that I found. Oh, you'll never break that with your hands, from the op shop. And this time I might put, I was going to put some colour in with it, but maybe I'm not, or maybe it'll just get me all bamboozled. Alright, let's thread that up. Now we're going to go in through the middle and in through that middle hole just here. Make sure it goes out that same hole. It's a little bit harder when you've got fabric and that sort of stuff, so leave a little tail. Leave a little tail that's coming down here. It's a bit hard to see because it's a bit thinner. Alright, we're going to go in this bottom one. Where's my... Okay, don't lose the end of that. A bit hard to see the string on camera. Okay, we're going to take this one out and go in through that hole. I find that the 3-hole pamphlet stitch is pretty much enough for most journals. I don't usually put that many more in. And this is a smaller journal than normal, you normally do. We're going to go right up to the top, through there. Tangle anything. And then in through that top hole. Then we're going to go back through this hole. It should be a bit easier to go back through because you've already been through it once, so I can get through it. Oh, come on. Right. And then back through the signature. We're going to go back through so that it goes on the other side of that long string. Right, pull the needle out, and then it's just a matter of pulling everything up tight. Take these off. I'm going to make sure that's all tight here. Tie a knot. And tie another knot. And then cut that off. Let's check it. Yep, it's all nice and tight. Right, so that's our first signature in. I like to just give it a little push down. Like that. Then we go to the second signature. And we do the same again. You're just going to check that everything's where it wants to be, where you want it to be. All the pages are in properly, it's all sitting nice. Bring your, just let it open to the middle. And put your clips on. Okay, bring your template back again, and a little texter. And remember, we don't use the holes this time, we're using these lines that go across as our guide. So we're going to center that, center the template, and where that line crosses there, put that right in the middle of the journal. Okay, so we've got our 3 little dots here, and we'll bring our pad back, push our hole in. It's good to hold it up like this because then you'll get it in the center of this spine here. So hold it up in a V shape. That's where, if you've got one of those cradles, they're perfect. I've been meaning to ask Dave to make me one. Okay. And take the middle one out. Actually, I'll leave the middle one in. And I'm going to put that through, and that's gone through. Alright. Take the pad away. Going to grab some string. Oh, I'm getting there. Woke up this morning and our dog was coughing. He was coughing like he'd been chain smoker his whole life. Oh, so worried about him, coughing and gagging, and Dave's just taken him to the vet. They said kennel cough's going around, so I don't know how. I mean, he goes to the dog park a lot, so we're just hoping he doesn't have kennel cough. Okay, I'm going to go through the middle hole, go through the middle hole in our spine. I always find the first one is the hardest one to put in. I don't know why. If you can get over that, you'll be right, Sonia. Leave that little tail, remember? Okay, we're going to come up through this hole. If you can find it. Let's go through here and see if I can get a manhandle on it. Here we go. Go up through there. Oh, come out of the middle. Let's do that again. Okay. Going through the middle. Down through there, not through there, and stay in. Right, we're going to go in that hole at the bottom. String is not coming through. There we go. Right, we're going to pop right up to the top. Go down through that top hole there. Don't come back out again. Right, and then we're going to go through this middle one. What did I do? I made two holes there. I only want to go in one of them. Oh no, did I? Oh. Oh, that one come undone again. Just let me thread it up. Righto, and our last one goes back through that same hole. Like that. You need to get your strings on the either side. Take the needle off. Take these off, because they're just getting in your way. Let's have a look. Make sure those strings on the back are nice and tight. And then we do a knot. Then we go under that. I don't think I did. Do another knot. Nice and tight, yep. I'll do another knot on top of that one, because I was a little bit distracted there. Right, and then cut that off. And that is the signatures in my book. 2 signatures. It's fairly thin string this, but it's super strong. So I didn't want anything too overbearing on here because I want to put a dangle on there, so that's why I sort of chose to keep it fairly plain. But there are my signatures in. So I hope this has helped you, Sonia, to get a handle on how to put these signatures into a hard spine. Now I think the key is to make yourself a template, because then you sort of can't go wrong, you know. If you're just remember these lines here, the long lines are for your signatures. All right, signature there. So we've got 2 signatures on this template, and then the lines that go across ways, they're for your pamphlet hole. Okay, I'll just write Pam hole, and I'll write 3 up there. Okay, so therefore how many holes you've got in your pamphlet stitch. All right, and always pay attention to that's the top, because then the holes then will be the same for each signature, and you pretty much can't go wrong, I don't think, if you stick to something fairly simple like that. I think you'll have you'll be able to conquer that that fear of, not fear, but you know, just get past something that you might be a bit stuck on. And it is a little bit daunting doing a hard signature, because I know you've done a lot of soft signatures, soft journals. This one's a bit of a hybrid. It's got soft pages, or soft cover, but a hard spine. So, and I sort of wanted that stability there for these journals. Alright, so I hope that has helped you, Sonia. Even if it's helped someone else as well, that will be a good thing. I'll go ahead now and I'll finish my other one. Oh, it's over here. I'll finish that too, and then they'll both be sewn in, and then all I've got left to do is to decorate and yeah, decorate. I've got all the I've got all the you know, the little cards that I want to put in here, all the journal cards. I've got them all made up. Sat here yesterday and did it. And then I've got things I want to stick in for pockets and things, and then yeah, do some decorating on the pages, and I'll be finished. So that will be really good. Here's the other one. That's ready to go now too. Alright, so I hope this has helped. If you're new here, this is me putting in my signatures into my slow stitched ocean journals that I've been working on. These are the ones that all of the stuff I've got has been from the op shops. Some of the pages in here, most of it's op shop. These oceany ones were scrapbook paper. So yeah, and books, wallpaper, that sort of stuff I've got in here, all sorts of stuff. All right. Be good and subscribe to my channel. Press that bell button to get notifications. Like, share, all that sort of thing. And I will see you soon for a new video. I might come on and do a bit of decorating on here in these and in my next video. So I'll catch you soon. Bye.